I'm Michele Newton, co-founder and president of Making Change. What we're finding to be a common thread is a sense of resistance. And by that I mean resistance to acknowledging that anti-Black racism exists, or that there is systemic racism in all of the parts of the society that we're in. What we really like people to think about is that we're not looking for blame, it's not about shame, because we're all part of this network right now, this system that surrounds us where anti-Black racism is one of the founding pieces. And for us to be able to acknowledge that, overcoming that innate resistance to the idea, gives us an opportunity to begin the work of unlearning the systems that surround us and recognizing that diversity is a fact, but inclusion is an act, so moving towards inclusion with this new level of learning so we can build something new together. One of the big parts with resistance is the dedication of resources to doing the work. And by this I mean a lot of organizations for which we're grateful have been approaching us to do anti-Black racism education sessions. Sometimes they call them training sessions or workshops. What we find though is that without an overarching diversity, equity, and inclusion strategy that has a centered part around anti-Black racism, those workshops tend to be more of tactical. They're not strategic. So when you do the workshop, there's an immediate sense of learning and unlearning, and that carries forward for a short time in a corporation or an organization. But then the thread is dropped. And it's really that piece that I feel is another layer in that resistance, where every organization needs to assess all of their policies, procedures, the structure that they've built from an anti-Black racism lens in order to build a strategy to eradicate it, to eliminate it. And when that strategy becomes this long-term, I consider it a lifelong journey for an organization to become inclusive, then these workshops add meaning, and they have a longer piece of that puzzle threading together on the journey. What drives us and keeps us motivated to move forward is the opportunity. On the other side of that resistance becomes an opening of hearts, an opening of minds, and in essence maybe a physical opening of doors where people and organizations are looking to unlearn and learn. And they want to be on a journey of becoming more inclusive. They want to understand how every diverse member of their organization contributes in their own unique way. So it becomes a case of never asking anyone to fit into something, but building something new that they can all be part of. The world that we look to in the future would be when these challenges are overcome, when there's been an opportunity to become fully aware and acknowledge that anti-Black racism exists in organizations, in people, and being committed to moving past that. The doors open wide. We become a place where everyone is allowed to bring their whole self. And we're actually looking for them to be different from each other, because in those differences, as Stephen Covey says, strength lies in the differences, not in the similarities. And I think when you look at an organization or a company or a community or a city, you can see the power of harnessing everyone's uniqueness to make things new, to have new thoughts and new ideas that are different than perhaps a dominant cultural norm that's been there before. I just think it's kind of the unlimited capacity of all of these different individuals building something new together.